Hello, welcome to the True Mark. Why did God just make the world a perfect place?
I
Do you have
don't
any
know.
ideas?
He just wants everyone to experience life and find out. I don't know.
I think it's because of, we have to, it's a learning. This is the world of the learning.
Hmm.
People think heaven's going to be a learning place. Earth is their learning place, I believe.
Yeah.
And I often wonder, God could have just made it perfect, but then there wouldn't have been a challenge. There wouldn't have been
You
the
wouldn't have had.
true meaning of love, the true
Yeah,
meaning of perfectionist,
that's true. And then you wouldn't.
because we'd
What's
be just programmed robots,
hmm
right? That's what I think. God is God. God could have made anything, but even if the people here don't even think there's such a God, but if they're really sick, they're sure wishing there was a God, right?
Yeah.
And God, like I mean, is an energy, I believe. And
Yeah,
when you're
for
really
sure.
sick and you really bow down to him on your knees and you're praying like crazy, or you just talking to him like a normal person,
Hmm.
he'll listen, and something inside will just trigger that relaxation because of that communication.
That's true. Yeah.
So knowing God, like I mean, if he would have made everything just perfect, that wouldn't have that experience,
Yeah. And we
you
wouldn't
know.
have like the opportunity to have like free will because if everything was perfect, you couldn't make your own choices because you can make bad choices and then it would mess up the
But them
perfectism.
bad choices are a learning thing. Like I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Yeah.
it's just in that spirit, that way of your spirit, or even your abilities of learning. That's why that universities, schools, educational stuff is a place to learn, right? And when
Mm-hmm.
you're learning, it gives you growth in your mind. They say, and but if you got some kind of a belief system, you'll have a stronger abilities to hold on to that memories.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like I mean, I struggled with it all my life too. Like I know there's a God. Like deep down, I don't know. It's maybe when I was little, you hear it so much. Like they used to have, godly shows when I was little. There's
Mm-hmm.
lots of them, and the ways that people are showing how to live a better way to live. How to live. Like they figure you go to church, and they'll teach you how to live better. Uh, you know, my education was not very good, but I learned, business, and it was a struggle, man. Like I mean, it's a struggle because I don't have that education behind me, so I had to hire extra accountants, extra helpers, and fall behind on all my paperwork.
You were still able to do it though.
But I'm still behind on all my paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
And if I would have took that educational part in school with a good spirit, and I
Okay,
wouldn't need that accounting
yeah. Mm-hmm.
in the way I do. But I mean, not having certain things, you need more things to make it through that day or week or year.
No, that's true, yeah. I don't think you'd be able to do everything, by yourself. Because not
No,
everyone
but I
knows
mean, they
everything.
say once you have a spirit within you and you believe in that spirit, you could do
Mm-hmm.
almost anything.
Yeah,
If
that's true.
you're, some of the movies you watch, and there's shows that they're in a you know hunting grounds and somebody got shot, and they were gonna bleed to death. But if they didn't see something and learn something, that guy would have bled to death, or else they knew
Oh, yeah.
how
Mm-hmm.
to tie him off, or something. Somebody knew due to watching a movie, or or some effect, or
Mm-hmm.
where did he come from? How would you know to tie it off or do whatever? That person is good to die.
Oh, yeah, that's so true.
So like I mean, I don't know. Like I mean, there's many things that are out there to learn, and to acknowledge it. Maybe it's just the right thing that you need to learn at the right of the moment of your life. and part of your life somewhere down the road. But yeah, God could have made everything perfect. But
Yeah. Well, that's true.
sometimes I wonder why he didn't, and that's logical sense is to know. But I know there's a lot of people that don't believe in a God, but when they're really sick, that's when they'll come to it and wish, like I said, they wish there was a God because then they have that. But you don't have to just wish. There is there, and it's like, when you got a child that's got a security blanket, you take it away. You don't take that security blanket away because that security blanket's keeping that kid safe and it's giving it comfort and it's giving them that sleep. That's a way of how God is. God is in the same way. That security blanket. Once you have that to believe and fall into it, He'll always be there for you. But I mean, you have to gain something to get it. Like, look at that security blanket of that kid and think of it as like, God.
Yeah, that's so true.
So I don't know. Every day is a struggle though, but I mean, it gets better if you have a reason to get better for it.
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't know. Like, topics are, I don't really like jumping into stuff, and I don't know. We usually think about something, but we just jumped into it now. But I mean, growth is always a growing thing, and I just really, I really wish I could do better. But I mean, it's
all
I'm only,
process.
yeah, I'm only could only grow so fast.
Yeah, that part
You
too.
got something on your chin right there. You got it. But I don't know. What do you think? Your younger generation.
Like, what do you mean?
Well,
I forgot what
through
we were
the
talking
growth, like there's a
about.
lot of people out there that don't God no belief. They just think that education's everything.
That's true. But I mean, like, if you have your mind set on it, if you're not going back and forth with things, I believe that you could still get there.
Yeah, well, that's just living,
Yeah.
right?
But that's the determination.
Yeah, but life comes to an end. Right? Once that
Yeah.
end comes, you always wish that there's a other side of that end.
Well, that's true. But like sometimes, I don't know. Like the fact about life is, it comes to an end. But like spiritually, seems forever, right? So you just have to think. You know your life's temporary, but your spirit's
yeah, but I mean,
definitely.
it's just like a lot of things, like you change in your own life through the life of where God wants to put you. So I think He makes it, or subconsciously we make it difficult. It's because it's time to change and move on to the next level. It's like my machine I'm working on. Like owning them properties and stuff, having a bunch of properties, and people end up with insects and stuff, and then having that struggle and trying to get somebody to deal with it got me to create something to go buy one. So I went and bought a machine, and now it's there, and we don't have that worry anymore. So life, if something happens, you can look at it in a negative way, but if you look at it real positive, you got further to gain.
Yeah, you'll see all like the good. I don't know how to word it. You'll just see all the good and the negative.
Yeah, like there is a lot good and negative. So like it's struggling. Like people are all like myself. Like growing up, could I done it better? Definitely.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, like we said before, no one's perfect, but it's all about changing. You can't change the past, so just change what you're gonna do in the future.
if I didn't have my past, I wouldn't have my future right now.
Mhm.
What I really like doing is trying to explore more into the afterlife stuff, the spiritual stuff,
Mhm.
and their energies that we have. Like we waste energy. Like I
That's
mean,
true.
through negative energy draws it from you. Positive energy gives you more, uplifting.
Mhm.
Like so you got more movement, you got more ideas. But when you have a spirit within you that that God created through His Son Jesus, I believe that it gave you that afterbirth where you could gain further, and it's easily you're not struggling as much. So could I have done it when I was younger? I could have, but I was too busy partying. I was too busy getting into mischief.
But it would have changed your destination now.
Yeah, like I mean, I was telling somebody one day about my father. Like I never really had any deep communications with him, but I remember my last time I seen him. That what I told him that I was back then I was in trouble all the time, and I went there and I spent some time with him, and then I was leaving, and he just said, "Well, I'm going to start a business," and then I said, "No, I'm not going to start just one. I'm going to have six." And sure enough, I did. Maybe 4 or 5 businesses I had going. So, and if I did connect to my father, and things would have went a different way, maybe I wouldn't have had no business.
Yeah.
I would have been maybe a cook, a cab driver, or anything for that matter. I'm not saying it's bad, but I wouldn't have got these, to explore,
Yeah.
my
And then
life,
have the feeling of accomplishing all those by yourself.
accomplish stuff like all the time. And like, I mean, I have that window cleaning I had for 25 years, and I see it out there every day mostly, and
Yes.
it was a creation that God created through me. So
Mhm.
it's still part of me. It'll always be part of me. So, and it's ongoing living. It's still there.
Mhm.
So
Which is pretty cool.
yeah. So like I mean, it ain't bad. Like I mean, for not having that education, but it was a struggle. It was hard, and that's why I tell my kids all the time to get their grade 12 because it's so much easier when you're educated a bit, so you
Mhm.
could do things a lot easier.
No, yeah, definitely.
But I mean, spiritual is very important too, because that spiritual thing will lift you off that really when you're down, that extra push when you're doing that schooling. It gives you that push. When you're doing that job, it gives you that push. And not a bad push. It gives you a good energy, good means to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish.
Mhm.
So yeah, like I mean it's so did God make a mistake by not making a perfect world?
No, I don't think so.
You know, because we learn off of everybody else out there, and the government and stuff is supposed to be guiding the world and people.
That's how it's portrayed. Yeah.
It was supposed to be, and why is the world in such a big mess?
Because everyone's struggling.
Yeah, because I mean, if one person, one leadership figures that it's all the right way, and they're learning each day everything new. But if they had the spirit within them, of God and of the energy of that security blanket of that child, that security blanket will carry you a lot further, and a lot of better ideas will come in the government place that's ruling the world,
Yeah.
you know, or just ruling your household. So like it's I don't know, and I know like like when God created Jesus to die on that cross, it's pretty sad it had to go to that far and that way of a person dying and the world still being in a mess.
Yeah.
Because if they really paid attention to it and really see what that man did, your life will totally change. It would do a 99-degree turn, you know, and not for the worst, for the better.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I mean, because we all need that security blanket. Everybody needs that security blanket, like, especially when you're sitting there sad, lonely, missing.
Mm-hmm.
If you had, just that inner voice that comes to you and he said, is talking back and forth. Well, sit and listen to it. Listen to that inner voice. It's a voice, and that's your spirit.
Yeah.
And depending where your spirit's at, like if your spirit's way down, it's only gonna have echoes and small voices. But if your spirit's being fed, you're gonna get stronger inputs.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
It'll be more clear.
a lot clearer. A lot, that's why like when you see music magicians and stuff, and they write this music and they use drugs, and if they didn't have their drug, they can't do that music. But if it's that security blanket, but it's a drug form. It's like even when you drink to get brave, go talk to that girl. You can't talk to that girl or that guy because you haven't got enough nerve, not enough confidence, or you got to go to the gym and pump up, a few weights a little bit and feel like you're big enough to go talk to somebody. You're creating a security blanket even when you don't even understand it.
That's true.
So is it wrong to really have that security blanket of God in Christ? But Jesus died so we could have a strong security blanket, like, and really grow with it and really get that perfectionist world. Like, I mean, that good world out there. Because the world ain't bad. The world is a good place. It's just us as people are bad. And we make bad choices.
Oh, yeah, that's completely true.
So I don't know, like, I mean, it's when I come out here, like I talk, and sometimes I feel like, what am I talking for? Why am I saying this? Because it's, I'm not that educated person.
You don't have to be. Just
No,
speak your opinion.
Yeah, but I'm like, I feel like I'm more educated now with the spirit. Like, I mean, I always had it, and it's gonna get stronger. I know it will. So it's that strength of that security blanket to really get stronger at what you do and what you believe in. And if you have nothing to believe in, you have nothing. You have to have that security blanket. Once you have that in place, you're about to move mountains.
Yeah.
Like you said. But I mean, I hope everybody had a good Christmas. I went and did my snow removal like I did, and I had fun. It was
so nice.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Got to look out at the weather.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day actually. Thought it was summer.
Yeah, it was right. It was nice and sunny.
But I don't know. Like, I mean, I hope everybody finds their place in, where their energy could be fulfilled and have that spiritual awakening, and maybe not so much awakening. It's that void that you're longing for.
Yeah, that's mainly how it starts, though.
What's a void? And when you're longing for something, it's the spirit. It's that security blanket. Once you got that security blanket in place, you're not gonna long as much.
Oh, yeah.
You'll grow further. you become stronger. You'll see things, you know, the beauty and stuff that you were looking at
Mm-hmm.
for years, that
That's
you
so true.
walked right past the thing, and then all of a sudden you see the beauty in it, and it was always there. It's just that
Yeah.
you weren't there spiritually and focusedly, right?
Yeah. That's definitely true.
Anyways, we're just going to be doing the video today. Aiden's going to, I think, Edmonton tomorrow, and maybe on Monday or Tuesday we'll be doing another one. And hopefully people are out there could take something out of what we're trying to say and what we're talking about, because it's we're not trying to force nothing on anybody. I'm just look at your childhood or your kids. You know, if they have a security blanket, do you take it away? You don't, because it keeps them safe and it keeps them quiet. And if you did take it away and they're freaking out, well, that's like when you have that spirit within you and somebody tries to take it away from you, you're going to be freaking out. And in order to keep that security blanket as a spirit, you need to feed it. And as you feed it, it grows within you. So, like, I mean, you got to find something that will get you to grow.
Yeah.
And hold on to it. And it's going to be, you're going to have some downfalls, but you'll get up faster. You'll get over things quicker.
And like with that security blanket, like the terms of like you said something about like feeding it, and it reminded me of like the more they spend time with that blanket, the more they're with it. It grows on them.
Yeah.
That's how it grows on them. So like the more you spend time within God,
and then
that's like feeding it.
Yeah, and then when that kid gets older, they'll always look back at it. But I mean, it moved on. Moved on to the next level of life. But they needed it to get through that part of their life. But as we get older, we still need that security, because there's a different security, not that blanket. You can't carry it around when you're 50, 60 years old.
No, but like it's just, the idea,
or a special doll or a special something. A lucky charm. You have that lucky charm, and somebody gives you a lucky charm, and you really believe in that lucky charm, and it becomes lucky. Till you lose that lucky charm, and you're looking everywhere, flipping everything. You flip your house upside down looking for that lucky charm. Well, Jesus died on that cross so he could give you that lucky charm and that security blanket. And that's that spirit within us. Till next time.